Hi, I'm Sonali Bendre Behl, and you're watching me on Kidsstoppress.com. Well, honestly, Rati, I don't even know if you can say we are going wrong, because I don't know what the right and wrong where parenting is concerned, because it's so subjective to, and every child is different, every parent is different. So there's really no. That's what my book starts with. When I say that I realized when I became a parent was that there is no formula, and there is nothing. You can't, kind of take example and just kind of do this thing. It has to start from where you feel or learn some lessons from and take it from there. So you have to interpret it is what I would say. And secondly, when you're saying that we wake up one day and we say that where did I go wrong now? My son is 10 years old, and I really, really hope that that's not the situation I am in, where I wake up one day and say, what did I do? But honestly, that is a fear that will be there with me, because you can never be too sure, are we doing the right thing, are we not doing the right thing. So eventually you realize that either you kind of be very paranoid about it and kind of base your entire life over it and only keep worrying about it, or there comes a point where you say that what, this is what I have understood, I've given my 100% to it, this is what I feel it should be, and then let's just hope it turns out for the best. Birth is a miracle and it is happening every second, yet this is one miracle which happens all the time, and yet it's so special because you cannot predict it, you don't know what is happening, and there are just so many variables in today's day and age. So while there are certain things that I do look back to and I learn the lessons from, but there's so many things that I can't fall back on saying my mother did it, my mother-in-law did it, so I can do it, because they didn't have to deal with Google or the internet. When I was working, we didn't do one film at a time. We were doing 5 to 6 films at a time. We were doing shifts all over the place. Dates were going all over the place. It was not so organized. And so I would do double shifts. I would do a morning shift in Hyderabad, come back and do a night shift, then sleep on the flight and go to Hyderabad and do a morning shift again. So what I'm trying to say is, I thought I was invincible. I could do that. I can do anything in the world. I come from a completely non-filmy family, yet I had made a space for myself in a world that none of us knew anything about. So pretty much the human in me had that bit of ego, that little bit of vanity that, what, I could deal with this and I could find the space, I can do this. Right. It's just having a baby. Everybody has a baby. What's the big deal? And when the baby comes and the chaos that happens, and you realize that this shift is never going to end. You go through a shift saying that, 15 days later, I'm going to take that 4-day break and I'm going to relax. Then there's a point you come and you realize, and you as a mother will know that this shift just never ends. And that's when it really hits you that, oh my God, this is the most difficult thing that you've ever done in your life, because there's no taking time off. It's a 24/7 thing. There's no time out from it. And that's the enormity of the situation that it hits you then. When my friends and we would get together, I'm sure all of us as friends, when we say that when we become mothers, we will not be those mothers who will discuss maids and children all the time, but we all end up doing that. So then we said, okay, we are doing it, let's do it productively. So this is what I learned today, this is what she learned today. And then we realized that, my God, Sonali, you should turn it into a book. So that's how the idea of turning it into a book came about. And so thanks to my friends, Well, definitely he's free to choose his own territory, and there are a lot of times when we do keep questioning ourselves. Are we pressuring him? Are we kind of, so direction is important, but I don't want to force the child, as we keep saying. And so we kind of being extra particular about it also. But in the meanwhile, like my 10-year-old, he says, I don't know, Mama, is it okay? I don't, my friend was saying that he wants to be this and he wants to be that. I don't know what I want to be, because, there is one day when I want to be an astronaut, and there's another day when I actually want to be a blogger, and then there's another day when I want to be a cricketer, and then there's one day when I want to be the Formula 1 driver. I said, so he said, but I genuinely feel that I can do all of this. And I feel, wow, look at me today. And that's how we are as children, where we feel we can conquer the world, we can do everything in the world. Just imagine how amazing is that feeling. And I don't want him to lose that feeling. I want him to have the feeling that you can conquer the world, you can do whatever you want. Well, I would say that there are some difficult choices that you make, in the sense of, if I look at it, I have always been a working girl. I started working very early in life. I don't know any other way. So, sitting at home, let's meet up for lunch is great for once in a while, but it's not something that I can do always. That's not me. I've only worked always, so I can't have that. So I need to work for my sanity because that's the only way of living I know. But if you think of it as a career, then yes, there have been very difficult choices where you've said no to a lot of stuff that could have been a great career move probably, but would have taken certain amount of time away. But then those are the choices you have to make. So you choose what is it that you want out of life. So it's not just about, I want to be a good parent. What do you want to do? I have chosen to be a parent. I feel they're equally committed. I find, and you need them to be committed, because like I said, with the flow of information being so much, you need the more people to parent with, better.
We're talking about, we're everywhere. Social media, it permeates every single aspect, and I'm sure Ranveer already has his own Instagram and
yes,
Facebook.
I know. My husband told me a huge lesson on it. I was technologically challenged, and the thing he said is, how many things can you ban? I said, yeah, that's true, because the moment you start banning things, it's something that you would want to do. I mean, I would want to do it the moment it's banned, it happens still. So yeah, but he's saying, you know what? Don't ban it, join it.
Right.
And I thought that line just stayed with me.